Hey gang, I'm here to collect some basswood and try out my new Trangia stove and stand. Boy, it's beautiful. Very beautiful out. It's 79 degrees and just a few puffy clouds in the sky. And the greens in here are just so vibrant. I just love being in the woods. And I'm going to be going on a fairly long hike. It's just for, as usual, just for exercise. And because I'm planning to take Kathy either to the Adirondacks with me or maybe Pennsylvania next month for a long weekend, do some hiking. So I got to make sure I'm in shape. Just to see if Mr. Pileated Woodpecker's in. His house is right up there. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. Right there is his hole. A pair of them raised 2 babies this year. I don't know if they're doing any more or not. Sorry about the shaking. When it's zoomed in, it's harder to hold it still. But I don't see anything. I'm feeling really good today. Went to the chiropractor yesterday and got my hips aligned. They were so far off. One leg appeared like it was about 1.5 inches shorter than the other one, I think. Guys, here's a fire making tip. Keep your eyes open, and whenever you stop by, this is thistle. You can see it. It's cottony. It's all up here. It's hard to see because of the sunlight, but it's a giant thistle plant right there. And I'm using an alcohol stove, so I'm not collecting any, but that's why I always carry a couple of Ziploc bags in my pocket, so that when I run across something like that, I can snag it and keep it for making a fire. Thistles down is a good flash type tinder, but you gotta have something else with it because it will flash and then you're done. So it's not really good to be used by itself because it doesn't last long enough to even start anything on fire hardly, unless it's really some really good other dried stuff that you mix with it. That'll give you more of a flame instead of a flash up. So just keep that in mind. Keep your eyes open when you're walking. I'm up where the basswood is. There's basswood leaf. So you see the giant heart-shaped leaf. So I'm going up here off trail where this area is loaded with basswood, and I remember seeing some dead stuff. So I'm gonna saw a hunk of dead basswood. All these trees in here are basswood. Pretty much every single one. So I'm just gonna walk over to where I find that one piece that was dead, and I'll get back to you. I got these 2 pieces, and I'm gonna take them over to my secret spot, and I might process some of it and stash the rest. I'm gonna be making some bow drill sets with this. Alright, I'm going to try out my new stove It's a Trangia. You can see if I can do this one-handed. I won't be able to. Sure. And my pot is an MSR. I think it's a Seagull. Yeah, MSR Seagull. It was one that Dave Canterbury said that he really liked it, and so I went online and checked, and I found one because they don't make them anymore. But stainless steel, just a one pot for one person, and I wanted something small. And I really don't like aluminum, and I couldn't afford a titanium one, and I haven't really seen a titanium one that I like as well as this one anyway. But this one's heavier than titanium would be, or aluminum. That's really cool because it latches over, has just a lid, and the stove is right here. It also, the cool thing about the stove too is it has a O-ring in it, so it stores alcohol inside it, so you don't have to empty it. So I'm going to get it, the stand set up, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, this is the stand. It's 3 pieces of aluminum that are just like this, and there's the stove with the lid off, and this right here is a simmering ring. You can either snuff it out, the flame out with it, or you can open it up like this and control the heat. Okay, I'm just going to leave it off because I'm boiling water, so I want to speed it up. I'll get these pieces together and I'll show you what it looks like. Is that cool or what? Now the pot just fits on here like this. To get, those are cotton balls and a scrubby thing to keep it from rattling around. So I'm going to put some water in here and make my famous ramen noodles and jerky soup, and just test this thing out. I'm going to light it with a fire steel. I'm just going to hold this thing on my leg, so hopefully it'll stay there. So I'm going to use a fire steel to start it. There. It's going. I can see the flames. And then I'm going to make it a little flatter. This is not quite flat enough. There. Oh. There, now the pan's on there. It's pretty much dead calm, so I don't think I need windscreen. So there's the setup. And I'm going to try to process some of this wood down and see if I can get it to size so I can make a couple of hearth boards and spindles. Now, if you look at the end of this, you see that it was it was growing. It looks like from the wind or something, that the center is way over here, and the rings are really wide out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the spindle out of this piece and the hearth board out of this part. Okay, because I'm hoping that that'll just be more straight. So I'm going to start my split right there. Boy, that was so fast. I couldn't believe how fast it started boiling. I wished I would have timed it. But that worked out great. I barely used any alcohol at all. So once that cools off, then I can just put this piece on that has the O-ring right there, and then that will seal it up. Then this piece goes on top of the whole thing, so it all nests together. It's fantastic design. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to be using this is a Blind Horse Knives sheath, and it's the sheath that came with the PLSK2. It's the Dave Canterbury's Pathfinder 2 knife. It's a shorter one. It had the dangler sheath, and it also came with a strip of Kydex that went through this hole and just across there to tighten up the throat of the sheath. But I found in order to put a Bark River Bravo 1 in there, I had to take that part off. So what I did was I bought another sheath for the PLSK2, and it's their flap over sheath, like the one that comes with the Woodsman Pro, which I love that sheath. So I got one for that too. And I will show you what I did. This is a regular Bravo 1, and with the ramp on it, it wouldn't fit, so I modified it slightly. So I didn't want to try to take it all the way down flush, because I was afraid I would end up scarring it up, and this is much too expensive a knife to mess that up. So what I did is I just lowered it and was able to polish it in, and so it almost looks like it was supposed to look like that. But taking it down that much allowed it to slide right into the sheath, and so it fits right in there. So that's what this is what I'm going to be using to baton through this basswood. Once again, basswood's very soft, and this knife is I think it's 7/32 thick, full tang, so it's definitely heavy duty enough. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll get back to you. The basswood turned out to be punky, so it's rotted, so I'm not going to be able to use it. But the piece I was using to baton is poplar, and it appears to be really good, so I think I'm going to be making some out of this poplar. I'll just take it home and work on it there, though. Now, the reason why I'm making these bow drill sets is because I'm going to be having a contest, more of a giveaway, subscriber appreciation. I just creeped over 500 subs, and I'm just elated. I thought it was going to take forever. I finally got over 500, and so I'm going to be giving away probably, I think, 4 bow drill sets, and 3 or 4 bow drill sets, and possibly like a Mora knife. And it's going to be, the contest is going to run till the end of September, because it's the end of August already. And the only rules are you have to subscribe before you enter, and it doesn't matter if you're a subscriber now or not. You can just subscribe, and then you can enter. The way you enter is just type in the response to this 500 giveaway, and that I'll make sure your name goes into the pot, and then it'll just be random drawings. And I think what I'm going to do is first place is going to be able to pick whatever they want. But I think I'm going to be making like 3 of the bow drill sets. The bow is going to be similar to the one that was in the video I did. It was called Bow Drill Tips for Beginners. So if you'll watch that one, you can see the bow in that. It's a straight bow made out of oak, and they're going to be about just under 24 inches long. So I'm going to make them a little bit shorter so that they can fit easier in your pack, or you can pack it on the long side of the pack or something like that, but it'll make it a little easier instead of a really long one. And the bearing block is not going to be made out of antler. I don't have any more antler, so I'm going to try to come up with something, maybe hardwood with some sort of inlay in it or something. I'll have to think about that. But the hearthboard and spindle will be poplar or basswood, whatever I pick. right now I'm liking this poplar, so I'm going to also be testing it. So when I send you one, it'll have made one coal. So I'm not going to send you something that's not tested or anything, just in case you have trouble getting a coal. You'll know that at least the wood is okay. But once again, I just wanted to thank you all for all your support, and this contest will run till the end of September, and it will just make sure you just put in there a 500 contest, and I will put your name in the hat, and that will be running probably 4 weeks or so. Thanks once again, and I'm going to be wrapping up. I'm going to have my soup and pick my stuff up and be heading home. God bless.